Up next, we've got tag team action. This one for the WCW Tag Team Titles. The Motor City Machine Guns defend their WCW Tag Team Championships against Gallows and Anderson. And hopefully, for AJ Styles' sake, they fare a little bit better here tonight than Abyss did earlier when he came up short against LA Knight for the WCW television title. Gallows and Anderson earned this opportunity to become #1 contenders when they defeated the Alpha Academy. And then earlier this week on Nitro, they defeated the LWO, Despicable Ray and Dirty Dom. Here tonight, Gallows and Anderson will look to become WCW Tag Team Champions for the 4th time. But the current champs, they'll have something to say about that, as Alex Shelley and Chris Sabin look to hold on to those belts here tonight. And so far, Shelley here, starting this one off on the positive side for the Machine Guns. Gallows and Anderson, who returned to the open mic universe back at Starrcade for the celebration, the coronation of AJ Styles, thanks to Abyss becoming WCW World Champion again for the 5th time. Back in the fall, there was a little bit of a contract dispute between Gallows and Anderson and WCW management. They were offered a contract extension. They believed it was a little bit more on the low side and chose not to re-sign, chose to depart the open mic universe. But that exit only lasted about 2 months, when they returned right before the end of the year. Crossbody from Chris Sabin into a cover. Only gets a 1. The Machine Guns, though, coming up on their 1 year in the universe. They debuted last July during the Great American Bash Tour. It was actually the stop in Detroit where they made their debut. It was actually a championship match. They took on the champions at the time, the Street Profits. And Sabin and Shelley were able to walk out of Detroit that night, the new WCW Tag Team Champions. They are on their 2nd reign as champions here. Carl Anderson in the driver's seat now. It's been a pretty one-sided match. The Machine Guns have really been in control of this one. Anderson with the cover, but referee calls for a rope break as his leg is underneath the ropes there. Probably should have went over and tagged in Big Luke Gallows, but he didn't. And Anderson staying in there. Now it looks like he is going to make the tag, and he does. Alex Shelley moves out of the way. And now Luke Gallows in some trouble. And it just kind of seems that Gallows and Anderson just don't seem to be locked in here tonight for whatever reason. And now Gallows with a heavy knee to the head of Shelley. It just seems like when either Gallows or Anderson gets a little something going, the Motor City Machine Guns are right there to cut it off. Sliced bread from Alex Shelley into a pin attempt. And Carl Anderson in to make the save. And now Shelley goes to his corner, tags in Chris Sabin. Another quick tag there. Back in comes Alex Shelley. And again, you look at Shelley and Sabin, they're not the two biggest guys on the roster, but the reason they have the success that they have is they work so well as a team. They definitely use that tag team offense to their advantage anytime they can. Now Gallows fighting his way out of the corner. Wise move there as Gallows sends Alex Shelley into his corner. Now with some heavy elbows to the head, makes the tag back in. Comes Carl Anderson, but Shelley able to make the tag as well. And Anderson now looking to swing the momentum back in his team's favor. As Sabin slides out of the ring, now back in. And sent into the referee. Kick to the midsection. There we go again. Right when it looks like Gallows and Anderson might be headed in the right direction, it does not last long. Sabin not even able to get a one there. Gallows wants back in. Sabin turns his back. Anderson makes the tag. And for some reason, Luke Gallows celebrates and eats a super kick from Sabin. Sabin now going up top. Hits Gallows with a crossbody. Hooks the leg. And that's going to do it. Carl Anderson not in time. And the Motor City Machine Guns, they are going to hold on to those WCW Tag Team titles, as it was definitely an off night for Gallows and Anderson, and the champs definitely capitalized on that. The Motor City Machine Guns still your WCW Tag Team Champions.